Muscles and movements. Muscles are specialized tissues in the body that are responsible for movement. They are attached to bones via tendons, and contract to generate force and movement. There are 3 types of muscle: skeletal, smooth, and cardiac. Skeletal muscle is the type most involved in voluntary movements, such as walking, lifting, and reaching. Smooth muscle is found in internal organs such as the digestive tract, and helps to regulate movement within those organs. Cardiac muscle is found in the heart, and is responsible for contraction of the heart muscle. The movement of the body is achieved through the interaction between muscles and bones. When a muscle contracts, it generates a force that is transmitted through the tendons and applied to the bone. This force then causes the bone to move around the joint, enabling movement of the body. There are many different types of movements that can be generated by the muscles and bones in the body, including 1. Flexion, bending movement that decreases the angle between 2 bones. Example, bending the arm at the elbow. 2. Extension, straightening movement that increases the angle between 2 bones. Example, straightening the arm at the elbow. 3. Abduction, movement away from the midline of the body. Example, raising the arm out to the side. 4. Adduction, movement towards the midline of the body. Example, bringing the arm back to the side of the body. 5. Rotation, turning movement around an axis. Example, twisting the torso to the left or right. 6. Circumduction, circular movement around a joint. Example, moving the arm in a circular motion. Overall, muscles and movements are intricately linked in the body, working together to enable the wide range of movements and activities that we perform on a daily basis. Smooth muscles. Smooth muscle is a type of muscle tissue found within the walls of many organs and structures in the body, including the uterus, blood vessels, and digestive tract. Smooth muscle is different from skeletal muscle in that it is not under conscious control and voluntary, meaning that it contracts and relaxes spontaneously or in response to various stimuli such as hormones or nerve signaling, without the need for conscious control. Some of the functions of smooth muscle include 1. Regulating flow. Smooth muscle in the walls of internal organs can contract and relax to regulate the flow of substances through them. Examples include the movement of food through the digestive tract or blood through blood vessels. 2. Controlling organ volume. Smooth muscle can adjust the volume of an organ by contracting or relaxing. Examples include the dilation or constriction of blood vessels to control blood pressure or the contraction of the uterus during childbirth. 3. Providing support. Smooth muscle in the walls of organs can provide support and help to maintain their shape. Overall, smooth muscle plays an important role in the normal functioning of many organs and tissues in the body. 2. Cardiac muscles. Cardiac muscle is a specialized type of muscle tissue found only in the heart. It is responsible for the continuous, rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the heart, which pumps blood throughout the body. Some key characteristics of cardiac muscle include 1. Striated appearance. Like skeletal muscle, cardiac muscle has a striped or striated appearance under the microscope, due to its highly organized arrangement of contractile proteins. 2. Involuntary control. Cardiac muscle is not under conscious control and voluntary, meaning that it contracts and relaxes spontaneously on its own, without the need for conscious control. 3. Highly resistant to fatigue. Cardiac muscle is highly resistant to fatigue, allowing it to continuously contract and pump blood over long periods of time without rest. 4. Strong intercellular connections. Cardiac muscle cells are tightly connected to each other via specialized junctions called intercalated discs, which allow for coordinated contraction of the entire heart. 5. Rich blood supply. The heart has a rich network of blood vessels that supply the cardiac muscle with oxygen and nutrients to support its continuous activity. Overall, cardiac muscle is a vital component of the heart and plays a critical role in maintaining normal cardiac function and blood flow throughout the body. 3. Skeletal muscles. Skeletal muscles are a type of striated muscle tissue that are attached to bones via tendons and are responsible for movement and support of the body. They are under conscious voluntary control, meaning that they can be contracted and relaxed at will. Some of the key features of skeletal muscles include 1. Striated appearance. Skeletal muscle has a striped or striated appearance under the microscope, due to its highly organized arrangement of contractile proteins. 2. Voluntary control. Skeletal muscles are under voluntary control, meaning that they can be consciously contracted and relaxed in response to signals from the brain and nervous system. 3. Fast contractions. Skeletal muscles can contract rapidly and with great force, allowing for movement and support of the body during activities such as running, jumping, and lifting heavy objects. 4. Fatigue-prone. Skeletal muscles are prone to fatigue with prolonged use and require rest and recovery to function optimally. 5. Highly adaptable. Skeletal muscles can adapt to changes in workload and activity level by increasing in size and strength over time with regular exercise. Overall, skeletal muscles play a critical role in movement, posture, and support of the body, and are an important target for exercise and rehabilitation interventions. Structure of the muscles. The structure of muscles can be broken down into 3 main components: muscle fibers or cells, connective tissue, and blood vessels, nerves. 1. Muscle fibers, also known as muscle cells. These are the individual units that make up the muscle tissue. Each muscle fiber contains many myofibrils, which are responsible for the contraction and relaxation of the muscle. 2. Connective tissue. Muscles are made up of several layers of connective tissue that help to support and protect the muscle fibers. The outermost layer is the epimysium, followed by the perimysium and endomysium, which surround individual bundles of muscle fibers and individual muscle fibers, respectively. 3. Blood vessels, nerves. Muscles require a rich supply of blood vessels and nerves to deliver oxygen and nutrients and to transmit signals to and from the muscle fibers. These blood vessels and nerves travel through the connective tissue layers to reach the muscle fibers. In addition to these main components, there are also 2 types of muscle proteins that are critical to muscle structure and function. 1. Actin, thin, filamentous protein that is responsible for the sliding mechanism in muscle contractions. 2. Myosin, thick, filamentous protein that binds to actin during muscle contractions, pulling the filaments closer together. Overall, the structure of muscles is highly organized and complex, with many components working together to enable movement and support of the body. Adaptations of smooth muscles. Smooth muscles are involuntary muscles found in the walls of internal organs such as the digestive tract, blood vessels, and airways. They have a number of adaptations that allow them to perform their specific functions. 1. Visceral smooth muscle cells are connected by gap junctions, which allow electrical signals to pass rapidly from one cell to the next, coordinating the activity of the cells. 2. They are capable of sustained contractions for long periods of time without fatigue. 3. They have the ability to contract over a range of lengths, allowing them to adapt to changes in the size of the organ they are supporting. 4. Smooth muscles respond to both internal and external stimuli, including hormones and neural signals. 5. The cells are not striated and have only one centrally located nucleus, allowing them to pack tightly together and form a more organized layer around the organs. 6. Smooth muscles can undergo hypertrophy and hyperplasia, increasing in size and number in response to various stimuli over time. Overall, smooth muscles have evolved to perform their necessary functions in internal organs, adapting to changes in the environment and responding to various signals to maintain proper organ function. Adaptation of skeletal muscles. Adaptation of skeletal muscles refers to the changes that occur in response to regular physical activity or exercise. With regular exercise, skeletal muscles can adapt in several ways, including increased muscle size and strength, improved endurance, and increased efficiency of energy use. These adaptations occur due to changes in muscle fibers, blood supply, and nervous system activation. How muscles facilitate movement. Muscles are responsible for facilitating movement in the body. They do this by contracting and exerting force on the bones and other tissues to produce movement. Muscles are attached to bones via tendons, and when they contract, they pull on the bones and cause movement at the joints. The muscles work in pairs or groups to create movements in different directions. For example, the triceps on the back of the arm extend the elbow joint while the biceps on the front of the arm flex it. The nervous system plays a vital role in muscle movement and contraction. The brain sends signals to the muscles through the central nervous system, instructing them to contract or relax depending on the desired movement. Overall, muscles facilitate movement by contracting and exerting force on the bones and other tissues, and this is controlled by the nervous system. 1. Protractor muscles are muscles that move a part of the body forward. An example of a protractor muscle is the pectoralis major in the chest, which is responsible for moving the arm forward. 2. Retraction muscles are muscles that move a part of the body backward. An example of a retraction muscle is the trapezius muscle in the back, which pulls the shoulder blades back. 3. Adductor muscles are muscles that move a part of the body toward the midline. An example of an adductor muscle is the adductor magnus muscle in the thigh, which pulls the leg toward the other leg. 4. Abductor muscles are muscles that move a part of the body away from the midline. An example of an abductor muscle is the gluteus medius muscle in the hip, which lifts the leg out to the side. 5. Rotator muscles are muscles that move a part of the body in a circular motion. An example of a rotator muscle is the subscapularis muscle in the shoulder, which rotates the arm inward. 6. Flexor muscles are muscles that bend a joint, decreasing the angle between two bones. An example of a flexor muscle is the biceps brachii in the arm, which flexes the elbow joint. 7. Extensor muscles are muscles that straighten a joint, increasing the angle between two bones. An example of an extensor muscle is the quadriceps femoris in the thigh, which extends the knee joint. Skeletal muscles found in the leg of human being parts. There are several skeletal muscles found in the legs of a human being, including 1. Quadriceps femoris, located at the front of the thigh. This muscle is responsible for extending the knee joint and straightening the leg. 2. Hamstrings, located at the back of the thigh. The hamstring muscles are responsible for flexing the knee joint and bending the leg. 3. Gastrocnemius, located in the calf of the leg. This muscle is responsible for extending the foot and plantar flexion of the ankle. 4. Tibialis anterior, located at the front of the leg. This muscle is responsible for dorsiflexion of the ankle and inversion of the foot. 5. Soleus, located in the calf of the leg. This muscle is responsible for extending the foot and plantar flexion of the ankle. 6. Peroneus longus, located on the outer side of the leg. This muscle is responsible for eversion of the foot and plantar flexion of the ankle. 7. Adductor muscles, a group of muscles found in the inner thigh. They are responsible for adduction of the leg and movement towards the center of the body. 8. Gluteus maximus, located in the buttocks. This muscle is responsible for extending the hip joint and moving the thigh backward. Roles of muscles in bending the arm. When bending the arm, several muscles play important roles. These muscles work in coordination to bend the arm at the elbow joint. The main muscles involved in bending the arm are the biceps brachii and the brachialis. The biceps brachii is a two-headed muscle located in the front of the upper arm. It attaches to the shoulder and the radius bone in the lower arm, and when it contracts, it causes flexion of the elbow joint, bringing the hand towards the shoulder. The brachialis muscle, located deeper under the biceps brachii, also plays an important role in elbow flexion. When it contracts, it elevates the ulna bone, which is located in the forearm, helping to bend the arm. Other muscles that assist in elbow flexion include the brachioradialis, which is located on the lateral side of the forearm, and the pronator teres, which is located on the anterior aspect of the forearm. These muscles help to stabilize the elbow joint during flexion and aid in controlling the movement of the arm. Together, the muscles involved in elbow flexion allow us to perform activities such as lifting, holding, and carrying objects. Roles of muscles in straightening the arm. When straightening the arm, a group of muscles in the back of the upper arm work together to extend the elbow joint. The primary muscle responsible for this movement is the triceps brachii. The triceps brachii is a three-headed muscle located at the back of the upper arm. It attaches to the shoulder blade and the elbow, and when it contracts, it extends the elbow joint, straightening the arm. The long head of the triceps brachii is particularly important in elbow extension, as it is the only head that crosses the shoulder joint and helps to stabilize the arm during movement. Other muscles that assist in elbow extension include the anconeus muscle, which is a small muscle located on the back of the elbow joint, and the brachioradialis muscle, which is located on the lateral side of the forearm. These muscles work to stabilize the elbow joint and aid in controlling movement. Together, the muscles involved in elbow extension allow us to perform activities such as pushing, throwing, and punching. Maintaining strength and flexibility in these muscles is important for overall upper body strength and function.